Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Cody Wohlschlegel, your Idaho Falls Realtor here with another video. Today I'm going to be going down the top 5 of each pros and cons list of living in Idaho Falls. Let's get into it. Alright, so first up I've got outdoor activities, tons of water stuff to do. There's rivers and lakes and reservoirs really close by. So you got stuff like boating, swimming, paddleboarding, those sorts of things. And then there's tons of hiking around that are not too far of a drive away from Idaho Falls. And then, of course, there's fishing. And starting it in the fall time, you got lots of hunting areas. And then, of course, a lot of people like to go camping too. There's tons of camping areas. Lots of places that if you get, you can get far enough away where you're not around a ton of people. So if that's kind of what you like to do, it's definitely a great option for you. And then we'll get into winter here. So there's snowmobiling, skiing and snowboarding. There's real close ski hills to here. So you got like Kelly's Canyon, which is only 27 miles away from Idaho Falls. Targhee is only about 83 miles away. And then if you wanted to go all the way over to Jackson, Wyoming, it's about 91 miles. You can be in Snow King Resort, which is just a major ski area over there. All right, so rounding out the outdoor activities here, you can see that there's just tons of stuff to do, whether it's summer, fall, or winter. Okay, so number 2 on my pro list here, we have restaurants. Over the last couple of years, Idaho Falls has definitely gotten quite a bit more restaurants to eat. We're getting a lot different foods from across the world. We got some Indian restaurants now, so like more Thai restaurants. We have a new ramen restaurant, which is one of my personal favorites. Getting quite a few steak restaurants, and there's just a lot more new places, quite a bit like more nicer places if you want to get dressed up, go out and have a nice meal. There's definitely a lot more good places to eat, and there's more casual places popping up too all the time, burgers, taco places, all sorts of stuff like that. So I think we got a pretty good selection of food around here now if you're a foodie. All right, so number 3 on my pro list is job opportunity. So Idaho is 24th in the U.S. right now for job opportunity, with the average salary starting at $30,000 a year. And the projections for job growth over the next couple of years is supposed to go up year over year. So that's positive if you're looking to move here and you're not quite sure what to do for your career. You might have some opportunity there compared to about half of the other states in the U.S. Okay, coming in at number 4 on my pro list, I have family oriented. So Idaho Falls is really family friendly, lots of stuff to do with your kids, zoos, aquariums, pools, splash pads in the summer. There's lots of activities just throughout the year. Coming up in the fall, we usually have trunk or treat set up so the kids can go out there and get candy, not go around to all the neighbors' houses, just conglomerated neighbors putting in candy. And it's a little bit safer that way too. So lots of stuff for you to do with your family around here. Okay, so number 5, rounding out my pro list here, I just have community in general. So aside from like your general community of like your neighborhood, people are really friendly, get to know your neighbors, and everybody just helps everybody out. And then just like activities that the community puts on, you have like farmers markets, swap meets, craft fairs, stuff like that. There's like live after 5 in the summers on Wednesday. After 5, you get go downtown and get some live music, and there's just lots of stuff like that. Okay, getting into the con list here, I have number 1, winter is really long. So winter here, it starts in about October, and the months under 40 degrees is basically October to May. So if under 40 degrees Fahrenheit for you is super cold, you might want to look into a different climate. But like years like this, like October has been pretty warm. We're starting to dip into colder temperatures, but overall, we could get snow anytime here. Winter driving in Idaho Falls, like there's times where you're driving on ice a lot of the year during the winter, and then you get into the January, February months, and you can definitely dip down into the negative 10 plus degrees, and it could stay like that for quite a while. And then, snowpack, we usually get, I would say like in town, we're somewhere around about a foot of snow most years, maybe a foot and a half, something like that Sometimes it can get up to 2, but that's pretty rare anymore. Okay, number 2 on my cons list here, I have traffic. So for someone like me, I've lived here for almost 13 years. So the last couple years, the traffic has changed drastically. It's not near as bad as like something like Salt Lake or LA or anything, but it's definitely getting a little worse. We're experiencing some growing pains with the infrastructure that we have. They have like started to make some of the painful intersections with a little bit more turning lanes and stuff like that to help. But if we keep growing at the rate we're growing, we're definitely going to see a little bit more traffic over the next couple of years. Okay, number 3 on my con list here is lack of public transportation, kind of keeping with that traffic kind of transportation theme. So there is a new ride program that I just looked up, and it's called Gift, where you can use an app and a person in a van will come pick you up, and it's about $3 per person for a ride. And that's pretty decent, but I mean, there's no buses, no kind of trains or trams or anything like that around here. So if that's something like that's been really important to you, it is heavily relied on that you have a car here. It's, anytime you drive out of Idaho Falls, you're going to be going pretty far distances before you get to the next town or city or anything like that. There are getting to be more bike lanes and stuff around town. So people do bike, and there are those new electric scooters that you can go and download the app and hop on those and cruise around town in the summer. So that's been kind of nice, but as far as the rest of the infrastructure for transportation, like some other cities, we don't really have it yet. Okay, coming in at number 4 on my cons list here is cost of living. So this was a little bit tough to decide which column to put this in because it does depend on what numbers you look up. This is a cost of living numbers depending on how they factor in certain things like healthcare, your wage, taxes, all that stuff can be kind of different. So the number that I looked at, we have a 2.1% higher cost of living than the national average, and the ERIC has us ranked 20th for the highest cost of living. So depending on what numbers you look at, we could be 20th, 29th. So there's quite a few states either way above us in lower cost of living. Okay, coming in the 5th and final on my cons list is liquor licenses. So if you're going to start a business and you wanted to get a liquor license for it, there's a big wait list for that. I couldn't get the exact numbers for Idaho Falls, but there's a wait list, and there is specific rules on when they actually give out those liquor licenses. So it's like per population. So the more population we get, the more liquor licenses they'll give out. And then liquor stores are closed on Sundays. So if you buy liquor a lot on Sundays, then that might be a negative for you. So yeah, sort of following along with that, that's kind of a bonus con there. So there are quite a few establishments across town that are closed on Sundays. So there's certain things you got to get used to. There's quite a few restaurants that close down. So you kind of end up having to shift those. If you like going to those on the weekends, you're going to need to hit those on Friday or Saturday. All right, well, thanks for watching. This has been my pros and cons list of living in Idaho Falls. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a comment or like. If you didn't like it, let me know what you didn't like. And as always, if you need any help buying or selling real estate, give me a call. My stuff's in the description down below. And we'll see you in the next one.